Okay, we're going to get started, guys. Welcome to tonight's Geek Talk. My name is Alyssa. I'm the campus manager for 4Geeks Miami. So tonight we have cohort 32 presenting their final project presentations. So a little bit about 4Geeks. We are a coding bootcamp. We're headquartered in Miami, but we do have campuses in North, South, and Central America, as well as Europe. I'm going to share a short presentation, a little bit about 4Geeks, and then I'm also going to introduce our speaker, who is Chris, and then we will move into our final project presentations. So here we go. Oops. So as I mentioned before, we're a coding bootcamp. We got campuses all around the world. We've graduated over 2,500 students now in both full stack software development as well as artificial intelligence and machine learning. About 85% of our students are finding jobs within the first 90 days after graduation. We have partnerships already established with major industry players, and we've been rated by various platforms as one of the top coding bootcamps in the world. One of the examples of that is we were named Best Coding Bootcamp in 2021 by Premios Excelencia Educativa. We were rated by SwitchUp as one of the top 30 worldwide bootcamps. We have an average of 4.9 stars across all platforms, and we are licensed by the Florida Department of Education. Our mission here at 4Geeks is to reduce the unemployment rate, provide accessibility, and increase the amount of digital talent available. So we've graduated now over 2,500 students, and we achieve our mission through two main platforms called GeekPal and GeekForce, which I'm going to explain to you next. After graduation, in that 90 days that our students are landing jobs, they're seeing an average salary increase of about 22%. So they come into this program, they don't need any kind of previous coding knowledge, and in 16 weeks, they learn how to become software developers. In 90 days, they get a job, and they're making 22% more than before. So that's really great. It's something we're proud of. So GeekPal is one of our platforms that all of our students have access to. It gives you unlimited access to the 4Geeks community for the rest of your life. So we have a Slack community with all of our developers there. Our students have access to that forever. They have unlimited access to mentorships and global or group mentoring sessions that happen on weeknights. So they have access to that for the rest of their life, and it's really about creating a community of developers and developers supporting developers through their careers. Our other main platform is called GeekForce. This is our career support track. This is run by Adele Zapata, who is our career support coordinator, and her job is to help students get jobs. So that's what she does all day. She has one-on-one meetings with our students, help you with your resume, help you with your LinkedIn, your interview preparation, whatever you need. She will help you through the application process and through the follow-up process, interview and follow-up process, all the way up until the day that you get a job. So she will be right by your side. We like to joke and say that when you're taking the boot camp, you're taking two boot camps. The first one takes 16 weeks, and it's to teach you how to code. And the second one takes about 90 days, and it's to get you a job. So this group right here is finishing their first boot camp, and I'm sure they're getting ready to start their second one and to land their first job in tech. Here are some of the companies that have hired our students. So you can see some of the bigger ones at the top. We have Ultimate Software, Twilio, Facebook, National Geographic, Microsoft, Uber, eBay. And then as you go down, you'll see some more medium-sized companies and even smaller startup companies as well. So the future is bright after graduating from 4Geeks. Here are some of the partners that we work with. You might see some educational partners here. You might see some communities. You might see some financing partners, but all of these support our students in some way or another. And then some of the fun news that we have tonight, we have Chris Daniels here, who is the founder of the Shrimp Society. So I'm sure you guys know that 4Geeks is partnered with the Shrimp Society. And for the first 6 months of 2022, so from January 1st to June 30th, if your cohort started during that time, which cohort 32 is the first cohort that started in 2022, and you graduate, so you have to have a start date in that time frame and you have to graduate, you get a free shrimp NFT. So our graduating class tonight is going to get an NFT. They're going to be part of the Shrimp Society, And we even have the founder, Chris, here, who is our guest speaker, and he's going to tell you guys about what the Shrimp Society, what the real benefits of being part of that community is, and everything it offers you. And then after we hear from Chris, this is tonight's roster, our projects. We have CircBot with Sarah, Ron, Chris, and Ernesto. We have Guardian Connect with Jonathan and Kenneth, and we have Leave It to Us. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not correct. We have Buddy App with Alex, Sierra, and David. My apologies. So thank you. And without further ado, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to turn the floor over to Chris to tell you guys about the Shrimp Society and the benefits of that community.
Is audio okay? Oh.
Yeah, we hear you good.
Is it working now? Awesome. How's everybody doing? It's so awesome to be here. Congratulations on graduating. All the work.
It looks like he may have lost connection. Let's give him a minute and see if he can get back on here.
Did it work?
You cut out for a moment.
Oh, okay. I was saying it's an amazing program that 4Geeks is, and been super excited to bring this community and our community with the Shrimp Society together. So a little bit about the Shrimp Society. We were started in 2017 as a community of early stage developers. In Miami at that time, I hadn't really found that community that was building new tech stage. There were some cool later stage companies that had 100 employees and were doing well, and the venture capital funding and all that stuff. But there really wasn't anything for the two co-founders, in a spare bedroom where we were cranking away on something and basically being the underdog. And that's kind of what the name of the Shrimp Society comes from, is being that underdog and being early stage. And so we started as a dinner series, continued to bring people into our community, and then in 2021 we really opened the doors and expanded. We have brought in about 100 startup founders, all locally in South Florida, and then we in November launched an NFT to bring in our community from all around the world. So we have about 2,000 members in our community that are all entrepreneurs, hustlers, builders, engineers, marketers, any entrepreneurial spirit. We want them to be part of our community, and we want to support them. And so some of the things that we do to support entrepreneurs and really builders, right, more broadly, is a couple of things. We have mastermind groups where whether you're a startup founder, whether you're an early stage CTO, whether you're an investor, we have these monthly mastermind groups so that you can get, I'm sure through all the amazing programming, there's a lot of mentors that you might have, but sometimes you just want to ask someone who's at the same stage as you, right next to you, like a very tactical question that might be a dumb question to someone that's more experienced than you, but will be able to ask a dumb question to a friend that's in the same seat as you. We also do a ton of different events like panels, workshops. We're actually doing a whole volleyball tournament this Saturday in Miami. All these things to bring people together with this entrepreneurial spirit so that they can create new things, whether that's a new startup, whether it's a new project, whether it's a freelance gig, whether it's, a relationship that you're going to develop and then one day do see. And we take a very community-driven approach. I love what you guys have going on with Geeks because that's really in the early stage of a startup, how through relationships, right? If you're kind of going to go on this journey and this adventure with someone, it's very different, and the relationship you want to build is kind of forced over time period. So super excited joining the Shrimp Society. We have a Discord group with all sorts of channels like how can I help, searching for talent. You can post your skills. We have a job board that's coming out soon. So that's like kind of fun things with NFT where we're really focused on utility with our NFT and being able to use your NFT once a week. So there's about 10 local partners around Miami, from coffee shops to breweries, to use your NFT and get 20% off. So something simple like that, but we really want to, take all the craziness out of NFTs and do some tangible stuff with it. So we get excited about actually people using it instead of just looking at it on a screen. So for anything, all sorts of different places, and then of course our events. The other thing we beside the Shrimp Society broad community is what we call the fellowship, and the fellowship is for active early stage startup founders. So, you know, I know everyone's been jamming and working on these projects and things like that. If you're taking your project and time on it, you know, run and raise the capital and go for it. We have a community of over 50 founders that are in that, and we have an accelerator program that's completely free to just help you do that, help people create new things and do it side by side. So that's a little bit. Love to, you know, hear any questions or if there's some things that you thought would be good for me to cover.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, so it would be really great if you could maybe share like the Shrimp Society website in the chat, or so they can see different events that are going on and different ways that they can get involved. So now, like, as all graduates, you are all going to be part of the Shrimp Society. So you're going to have access to these events. You're going to have access to things that Chris mentioned, like different discounts at places that they're partnered with, access to a community of entrepreneurs. So it's like an in real life NFT. So you have an NFT and you have access to their community. Do you guys, the graduates tonight, do you guys have any questions for Chris while he's here?
Can I? I'd love to share one story. I think it's super relevant for this crew and Shrimp Society. In about 2 weeks, we're going to be announcing an acquisition that came out through the Shrimp Society. So we had Hack House. Alyssa was there. She brought the pizza. It was awesome back in January, and we created this team. We had 20 people in our hackathon house, and there we go. And we had this team of five started working on this idea, and all three of the engineers were and everyone was hacking all night long, working on this project, and we got this really crummy MVP out that barely worked, and it was absolute duct tape. A lot of things that we said were kind of smoke and mirrors, and it was great. It was just everything you want out of a hackathon. And that group got acquired in a multi-million-dollar life-changing deal in a matter of 2 weeks from the hackathon. Those the team of engineers, one had graduated a boot camp a year ago, 1 year ago, and the other one I think like 18 months ago. But what they did is they put themselves in a position where the innovation is happening. I think, you know, if there's any the Shrimp Study can create, or I can, you know, lead you with as a tidbit is, you know, now that you have this amazing skill set, when you compare that and go to the place where lightning is striking and hang out in these communities where like super ambitious people are building things, and there's you know, you're more likely to kind of like get lightning and have a great opportunity. And it's I don't know, just really amazing to see like how quickly new skills are applying them in real world situations and can create massive value and change the course of your life. So super exciting stuff. We are going to do a hack house again in April. Everyone, I would love for you guys to come hack at the Shrimp Society house for Miami Hack Week. That's in April. If you know, you guys will be in the Shrimp Discord and on the newsletter and all that. We'll just and all that. But yeah, really for being here. It's an amazing chapter coming and tons of opportunity out there. So thank you for having me. And
thank you, Chris.
Thank you for coming, Chris. We really appreciate it. So we'll be in touch with you guys, all the graduates, of course, to get you guys your NFT. And then just like, as Chris said, go to his website. He's going to add you guys to the newsletter, and he's going to let you guys know how you can get involved with the community. So congratulations, you guys you did it. You made it through the program, and now you're an NFT.
Woo!
I'm going to be rich, says Sarah. Okay, so we can move into the presentations then. Let's get to it. So first, we have Sarah, Ron, Chris, and Ernesto with CircBot. So you guys take it away.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let me get this up for you guys and let me know when you can see it.
We see it, Sarah.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you everybody so much for coming again. It was really great to hear Chris talk and to segue into our project. This is CircBot, a simple, efficient resume career bot. It also doesn't just stand for that. It's actually all of our creators' names into an acronym. It took us some time to find the wording that would fit, but we found it, and it was simple, efficient resume career bot. So let's see, why is my computer? Okay. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about the team, and all of us, we're going to just introduce each other, the summary of CircBot, the process of how we made it. We're going to show a live demo on the CircBot platform. We're going to explain the challenges that we faced and then what's next for CircBot. So I am Sarah McLaughlin. I am based in Denver. I am a recent I am a student of 4Geeks Academy, and I was mostly the front end of this project. So a lot of the styling you see, basically what the user is going to see when they come onto our website is what I was a part of. And I am just really excited to show you guys what we have to offer today.
I'm Ernesto. I'm a 4Geeks student. I'm based in Miami. I started my software development journey back in 2020 at MDC as a computer science student. I wanted to learn more and faster. So over the last year and a half, I focused on learning front-end development. And then I decided I wanted to go into back-end. So I decided to join 4Geeks. And yeah, I've learned quite a lot of stuff. On this project, I've worked both on the front end and back end, mainly connecting the API to the front end. So yeah.
All right, my name is Ron Butler. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. I'm a full stack software developer. I'm a recent student of 4Geeks Academy based in Miami, Florida. I worked on the front end on this project, mainly with the components and the layout of the front end. And I let my partner, Sarah, handle all the styling.
All right, guys, as they say, always save the best for last. Welcome, CircBot users. My name is Christopher Perez, but you can call me Crispy for short. A little bit about myself. I was previously an aircraft mechanic, and I currently transitioned to the tech world as of January 2022. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, but as of 2016, I've been residing in Mile High, Denver, Colorado. I used to have fun hobbies that I like doing, but now they include shoveling snow to get my car out of the driveway, scraping ice off my windshield, and shivering in my car, reminiscing of the warm Florida sun. In this project, I was the idealist in bringing the automation to the application process in the job search market. My primary role in this project was the backend and automation. My short-term goal for this year is to achieve 1,000 users on our website. Long-term goal is to join an established company to use my skills to bring more fluidity and ease to the user experience, all while building longevity with the company I'm working for. Now that we've all gotten to know each other, let's move on to my colleague Ernesto to go over the process of making the web app.
Ernesto, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was okay. One of the most vital part of the coding process was allowing the user to create an account so they can save their information. And you can see here we're creating an account. What this is doing essentially, we are communicating with the API, and we're sending all the information to the backend, and as well as encrypting the password. Here we're logging in. In this process, here what we do, the backend and the front end communicate about 3 times to check, verify that the password is actually correct and that it's not someone else trying to hack it. So yeah. Now we are going into the forgot password video. Okay, the forgot password video. I actually used the Mailgun API. email the user code so that they can change their password. This was actually kind of complicated in the beginning because I got my account suspended 2 times because GitHub. Anyways, we can see here the user receives the code, the backend sends the code to the front end, the front end verifies the code, and then it allows the user to change the password, and that password is sent to the backend. You can see here we are going to log in with a new password, and we should be able to log in with the new password that we created. So login, and there you go. Now on to Ron.
Okay, so the reason for us making this application, we found that the statistics from other websites show that only 2 to 3 job applications were getting submitted for a job per day. We wanted our users to increase their potential to land that dream job they wanted. Everyone knows how stressful it is during the job application process. And with our app, it's definitely a less stressful process. Now, Chris will explain the technologies behind CertBot.
All right, thank you guys for being patient. These are the different technologies we are currently using on our web app. CertBot uses algorithmic bots to apply to a mass amount of jobs at ease. Users of CertBot put the parameters of the jobs they're searching for into their profile with a click of a button. Users will be linked with their job search engine, and CertBot will begin its magic. Users' resume will be applied to hundreds of jobs if they need it be. Now we're going to go over how this website. If you can focus on the screen, this is the actual bot signing into LinkedIn. This is the bot going into the job board, and it's using the parameters as far as only going to the easy apply jobs. It's also filtering out the parameters of keywords and the location as well. Now, as you can see, this job bot actually has a delay. And the reason it has a delay is because we purposely use different milliseconds for each display of each job, just so the bot cannot be detectable. Now, right now, the only parameters we put on this job bot is to only apply to 10 jobs. That doesn't mean it's limited. You can put as to many jobs as you want. Now, if you notice on the screen for each different page, it's reading actually with Beautiful Soup, and the functionality it's actually using Selenium. And it should be done in a couple seconds. And this is where it actually gets to the end. Now, when it does get to the end, the bot will automatically stop the program, close down this Google Chrome tab, and actually open up your full LinkedIn page and show you all the jobs you've actually applied to. Now, not only have you applied to jobs, you also know which ones you've applied to.
Okay, so I'm going to show you all our website in its entirety. So, well, almost its entirety. I've already logged in, so I'm not going to go through that again. But this is our main page. When you click the start here, it takes you to our how it works. And that just explains to our users why we created it, how the bots actually work, and what our mission is. And then there's 3 different pages that the users can go through. They have the about, which is about our team. They can read a little bit about us and just meet who created the CertBot. And then we also have frequently asked questions where you can see it. It's an accordion, and it has things that people might ask, things that they might need help with. And as it is now, we might add some more as we need, because we have no idea what questions we might be asked. But as of now, these are the questions we thought people might need. And so I'm already logged in. Usually you would see the login sign up right here, but since I'm logged in, you don't. So this is our dashboard. You have For the purposes, I was using this account that I created, but it has your user information that you need. It has the key titles, so the job title that you're going to use, and this is the parameters that the bot uses. So you have the job title, your location, and the number of jobs that you want to apply to. This is where the user is going to put their LinkedIn account information so that the bot can link to their actual LinkedIn. We actually have in the frequently asked questions, do we use your data? We do not. We're just for students who wanted to make an app for everybody. So we're not actually trying to steal anything. And then, oops, I'm so sorry. Let me turn my phone off. Okay, sorry about that. So this feature is coming soon. Currently, whenever you go onto LinkedIn, it shows you the jobs. We're going to eventually make a feature to where when you come to this page, you'll be able to see every job that you applied to. That way you're not having to go back and forth on to different websites. And then you have your settings. Oops, it logged me out. Sorry about that. Okay, so you have your settings, and this is where you can edit your information, you can change it, and you can delete your account as well. If you decide you got your dream job, you don't need to worry about another job. So you can just delete it and you don't have to worry about it. All right, next up we have, let me get my screen working. We have the challenges that we faced. So personally, we all faced a bunch of challenges in this. It was very hard creating this. It took many, many nights of coding, many, many weeks, many hours. So my challenge was using media breakpoints and media query for the mobile version of our app. It was just really hard because I never recently, prior to 4Geeks, I was never coding. So I've learned everything in the past 6 months or so. So it was really difficult trying to learn to get everything mobile friendly. Once I got it though, with a little help from our teacher, it definitely was super easy and something that I feel very confident on.
In my case, my challenge was setting up in the beginning, setting up the environment, mainly the scrapper to work with Gitbot on a virtual environment essentially. We had to use a remote driver which wasn't working. I found a solution, but that solution only worked sometimes, and we end up going the Heroku way. We end up setting up a remote driver on Heroku, which actually Chris did most of that. I only struggled in the beginning with setting up a remote grid, Selenium grid. So yeah. So it was very difficult to figure out, and once you figure out, it's just yeah.
Okay, so my challenges at the beginning was basically finding which components would work and where to put that code at, which files to put them in, what views to create, what components to put in those views. So in the beginning, that was a very hard thing to overcome. But once the train was rolling, I was on board.
All right, guys, I'm gonna not the elephant in the room here. Obviously, creating this bot without previous experience with Selenium was a challenge. I've never used this technology before. And one of the biggest challenges I faced was actually just looking for information either on YouTube, Google, anything I can get my hands on. I was searching at 2 to 3 in the morning to even find some sort of information on how to use this technology. But of course, then I was able to figure it out. We all worked as a team and we moved past that. Right now, we're going to go over with Ron for our next slide. Thank you.
Okay, so our the next step for our CircBot would be right now it only works for Android and PC. So we're looking to extend that platform compatibility into the Mac world. And also, we would like to add more filters into our job search functionality, meaning more keywords. You can add more keywords, and the CircBot will search for more jobs based on those keywords. We want to make it more expandable through different platforms, meaning we want different job searches to be able to use this job search application. Indeed, Glassdoor, right now it only works for LinkedIn, so we're trying to expand that functionality into those job searches. And Also, like Sarah mentioned, we want to keep track of the jobs that you also apply to on the CertBot application itself. That way you don't have to be confused of which jobs you applied for, applying to double jobs, things of that nature. All right, Sarah, you can take it away.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming today again. I'm just very honored, we all are, that everybody's here to hear our project, and we thank you so much. And also, if you have any questions, let us know. But that is it. That is the end.
Woo!
Good job, guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anybody want to ask any questions to the CircBot group?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious if this is a web app, just why doesn't it work on Mac?
I believe I can answer that question for you. So currently, right now, with our bot that's working, it's actually just working. It's using a Chrome driver, but it's only working for Windows. There is a way to actually make it work for both Windows, Mac, and Linux. We have to run the bot headless. There's different ways to run the bot headless with your Chrome driver, and that's another challenge we are facing. But it is going to get overworked, and soon we will actually be able to work on all operating systems.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Lots of positive feedback in the chat.
We appreciate the
job.
positive feedback.
Any other questions? All right. Well, congratulations, guys. You did it. That was a great project. Very well done,
Thank you.
as everybody's
Thank you.
saying.
Yes, thank you.
And I will introduce our second group, which is Guardian Connect, Jonathan and Kenneth. You guys can take it away.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just setting up the PowerPoint 1 second.
Confidence, man.
I believe you guys can see the screen now. Tell me if I'm incorrect.
Yes, we see.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. The name of our app is called Guardian Connect. And basically the idea to this app was to assist parents when they move to a new area and don't have any friends to find rides for their children to schools. So the team, it was just me and Kenneth on this project, and just being us two, it was definitely a struggle trying to get everything done with the ambitions we had for this. So let's move on to explaining. The technologies we used for this project were, for the front end, some obviously, CSS and HTML, but we really tried to focus on using MUI just to make our interfaces more dynamic and more user-friendly. And then on the back end, obviously we used Python, Flask, and SQL Alchemy. So some of the challenges we had is specifically me, I had a lot of trouble in the beginning integrating the back end to the front end. With when we started building the back end, I realized that all the connections we're going to have to make between guardians and children's and schools with security in mind is that everything was going to be its own table and there's going to have to be a lot of validation. So every time I tried to bring that information back to the front end, it was just a nightmare, as you can see in the picture here. And then I will pass it over to Kenneth so he can maybe explain to you some of the struggles he had on the front end with MUI.
Yeah, so hello everyone, my name is Kenneth. So as far as design, that was one of my biggest issues that I had, basically because I'm a perfectionist. So I took a lot of time trying to figure out exactly how we wanted to make everything look, because we wanted to do it for a mobile first, basically a mobile first interface. And just so I could explain a little bit more about our app, Guardian Connect is basically like a carpool app for parents that need a ride for their kids. In a pinch, anything that, like, anytime that they're busy and they need something, basically Guardian Connect is there for them to be able to request a ride for their children to get to school, either for drop off or pickup. So that's a little bit more about our app. And yeah, my challenges were basically perfecting the design and just making everything look good, which was a little difficult.
Well, we're just going to go ahead and move on to the app, and you can do questions after, because that would be the easiest way to explain our app. So this, I'm just going to go through it with you live presentation. This is what you are greeted on when you go to our page, Guardian Connect. You have the login screen. If you are not a member, you can obviously go here and select whether you want to become the administrator of a school or if you want to make a Guardian account. Then, you know, depending on which one you choose, you would fill the necessary fields and it would then create the account. I already have one, so we're going to go ahead and log in. So the biggest thing, when, as Kenneth said, when we were making this app, is we wanted to make it very mobile friendly, because we thought, well, if you're going to be in a pinch, if you're in a rush and you need to get your kid a ride to school, you're not going to want to have to log onto a laptop or a computer. Chances are you're probably going to do it for your phone. So we took that to heart and really hit home on mobile. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to our mobile view. Go ahead and log in. So when you log in, you're immediately greeted with any ride history, whether it be you gave somebody else's kid a ride or somebody gave your kid a ride. You will have the history here on the home page. You'll have all the relevant information, who the guardian was, who the child was, the date of the ride, the time, and the school. If you do not belong to any schools, or if you want to join a new school, then you can come here and search for the school you want to belong to. So here, this field will auto-populate with all schools existing. It can auto-complete and search based off of that. And once you go and find the school that you want to join, you will obviously navigate to the page, and it will have all their contact information, you know, their phone, their address, how many guardians are enrolled in the school, how many rides are currently pending. And if you want to be a part of this school and join the school, then you can request access. So access was successfully requested. And then I'm going to go ahead and accept it here. I'm doing the dual screen. I'm accepting the request on the back end so you can see. But if you are the impatient type and try to request access again, it will kindly let you know that you have a pending request to please be patient. I am going to go ahead and accept this now. So it's like I'm logging in from like an admin perspective. So accepting this person into the school, because we wanted to have the security of, we don't just want anybody being able to join this school's database. You know, we don't want everybody knowing, hey, you go to this school, you have your children there. So you have to be accepted into this database by the school admin. I went ahead and accepted. And now if I click request again, you should see that I already belong to that school. So now that I belong to the school, there's a few more things we can do here. We can come and obviously, if we had to change anything on our profile, we can edit it here. I don't think anybody will be changing their name anytime soon, but it does happen. So we wanted to include that functionality. If you change address, move, or phone number, you can do any of that. It is from the back end, so we can just change the street, maybe representation. And then we got Helen there, and we'll change that back to Steve. Great. And then, so another option you have here is you can set your schedule for when you're a driver for the school. If you want to drive, you know, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, any day of the week that you would want to drive for, you can set it here, just toggle it, and then it'll send it to the back end and let them know. This flag here will be any pending rides that still need to be completed for any schools you belong to. So if we navigate to that, you will see, hey, there's actually one pending request for Miami High. Helen Grossman is the name of the student, and it's for Monday in the morning. If you wanted to accept it, you could hit the accept button. It will accept it in the back end and then let the guardian notify via email that, hey, you know, somebody has accepted to take your kid to school. And then last but not least, if you needed to request a ride, you can navigate here to the request a ride page, and it will have all your children here where you can then kindly request a ride. And if you need to add any more children, you can go ahead and add them here as well. And that, in a nutshell, is our app. Are there any questions?
Well, I just wanted to add really quick that some of the things that we wanted to add in the future, because this is an ongoing project that we're going to continue to work on. And basically, we are still working on the admin side of things, where an administrator account could accept guardians that are requesting to be a part of the school, and basically be that extra security blanket to make sure that all kids are safe and that nobody has anything that would be a red flag in terms of driving. So those are the things that we're looking forward to doing in the future. So there are some things to be excited for Guardian Connect. So that's what I have to add. Thank you.
Good job, guys. We love safety apps. Apps that make the world a better place. Does anybody have any questions for the Guardian Connect group?
Yeah, I got one. Instead of email notifications, is there a way to do like a text message notification just because emails might be delayed?
Yeah, so we have not implemented that, but that is definitely one of our future projects that we're going to implement into this app. So definitely we'll be trying to add that in the future.
Yeah, we do believe that a text message would be a more efficient way of letting you know, but we started with the email approach, so we have that. But yes, that's something that we would like to do.
I got a question. This is a little bit random, but for people carpooling, would you guys ever implement and work with the school maybe like a reward system? Maybe like parents that are carpooling a lot, they can I don't know, get like reduced lunches for the kids or something like that, or maybe when they have like fairs, get like extra credits to buy books or something like that for the kids. I don't know, just something extra. Not sure if that's something that could work, but
yeah, that is definitely a great idea that we can try to implement once we maybe talk to a school to get them into the database system. Yeah, that would be nice. We initially tried to when we first started off with the app, one of our ideas was maybe like when you're signing up as a guardian or in your profile update, you can add like a payment option in case the receiving parent, like whenever you're given a ride, could, if out of kindness, wanted to tip you in some kind of way, they could. But then we decided, hey, this app is more like a community app. You know, we want to really hit home that you're trying to help somebody else. So then we decided to remove that kind of monetary aspect to the app.
okay, great.
I was wondering, how did you guys manage knowing what your priorities were for the app? Because your app has a lot of features and it seems like it all fits nicely. It doesn't seem like too much and not too little. But you know, starting this app, I'm sure there must have been a unlimited amount of possible features it could have had. How did you narrow it down to what you felt like you needed?
Yeah, great question. I'll give my bit, and then maybe Kenneth can give you some of his input as well. But mainly the biggest thing was just a lot of back and forth. There was many days where me and Kenneth would hop in a call together, like, all right, what are we going to work on today? Okay, we're going to start doing ride requests, and then halfway through we realized, oh wait, we have to add a new backend model. We have to change our models based off of this feature that we want to add. So it was really more like a trial and error kind of thing that over time, over repetition, it just kind of narrowed down and really became what it became.
And then like on my end, I think like the most important things that we decided on was basically like, as far as what do parents need? They need a ride, like to request a ride and get their kids to school, either for picking them up or dropping them off. And then we kind of just narrowed down how people could establish like those things, like establish their schedule and add childs and request school access. So since it is like an app that has so many different things, we felt like that was what we included was the most important thing for now as far as the prototype. Thank you. That was a good question.
if nobody has any other questions, I want to thank everyone for coming and viewing our presentation, and we definitely want to thank 4Geeks for the amazing experience we had here. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you guys. You guys did a great job. We've had some really great projects tonight, both of them. So congrats to both of you, both groups so far. Our last group to present is Buddy App, which is Alex, Sierra, and David. So take us home.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. All right, hello, everyone. My name is David, and I have my two collaborators, Sierra and Alex. Our final project portfolio idea for 4Geeks Academy, known as Buddy App. So, oh, wrong screen. There we go. So we'll go quickly over the summary of our project, and Sierra will take that over. Each introduce ourselves, go through the process of what we did to make the actual app, the platform, and the challenges we face. Do a slight demo. Alex will take the reins from there, and we'll kind of go over the next features that we see with our app doing. So I'm gonna let Sierra take over for the summary.
Thank you so much, David. So essentially, our idea with the Buddy app is to create a much faster and more efficient way to connect with more individuals with like-minded future aspirations. Essentially, you'll sign in, you'll choose your goals, you'll go ahead and move forward, and you will then be presented to a page with people who have similar goals and interests where you can go ahead and link up with them. And it's going to allow you to choose the categories also for your goals, track progress, share your experiences while you're going towards completing that goal, and with the similar users who are also going to be motivating you as well. You also have the option to essentially poke them, kind of like a Facebook poke button, in order to kind of let them know, hey, I see you, I see that you're working towards that goal, you're doing great, keep it up, keep it moving. And it's really like an interactive, dynamic, and engaging platform where we can really help strengthen each other and help each other to progress and improve.
Thank you, Sierra. That was nice.
Thank you.
So, introduction-wise, my name is David. I am a gym rat, competitive chess player, student here at 4Geeks Academy. I'm aspiring to be a full-stack developer. I have a background in management and sales.
Cool. Yeah. So my name is Alex. I live in Western Mass, and I have a past career in education, and I am looking to get into a new passion of education technology, which was booming. We're teaching in the pandemic, and I saw so many great technology that is so fun and interactive. So I'm looking to really get into that. And yeah.
And my name is Sierra. I've been born and raised in West Palm. I started out being an equipment operator at Costco, and I've always been interested in technology growing up. And I have a big interest in the arts, like I used to play violin. I'm currently teaching myself guitar. So I've always had interest in learning how things work and learning new things. And I was looking into learning web development, and I saw this as a great career opportunity to expand my horizons and to go ahead and switch over new careers. And so now here I am.
Thank you, guys. Now that we all know each other, the tools we used for this project was basically everything is a React function using the built-in libraries that come with the React database. It was down to earth, very easy to design using regular CSS, HTML inside of the React function. It's usable, it's friendly, it's easy to understand. Back-end wise, used Flask to create API routes and implemented those to store, retrieve, and create data inside our data tables using SQL Alchemy with Python. Anything you'd like to add, Alex?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say me and David kind of split it up a little bit of back end and front end work, and I never copy and pasted so much time in my life. It was really fun, like finding platforms. Free front end was one of them that had a lot, and just so much stuff out there, and trying to like use them, borrow them, and see how they crash right in front of your eyes and destroy your dreams. and then some of them, you know, resurrect you and on a loop just over and over. So, you know, and I was able to, you know, not really technology, but, and I guess this is bleeding into the process of making it, but, you know, just getting some kick-ass front end animation thing that I don't understand, and somehow it just works. And just using the inspector and inspecting the hell out of it and seeing, oh, that's how that made it do that, and that's where that color comes from. There's a whole lot of that times 1,000 for my stuff. So it was super interesting, and I would say, man, those at the end of the project, there was one thing I found with a React library. No one told me about those, and I was like doing blood, sweat, and tears for simpler stuff, and then the React library, I think it took me 5 seconds, and this crazy thing just worked, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I wish I knew that in the beginning of the project and could have just went crazy with React library stuff, but you live and you learn.
Yeah, everything's really at your fingertips if you just know how to Google search it. I think I learned in the academy, so properly Google search.
Yeah, Google search for me is going to be something React library. That's what my Google will be now.
So without further ado, here is our app. We have a couple of screenshots of what our app would look like. I think we were going to show a demo. So I'm going to give the reins to Alex, let you guys see a live demo of what our app.
Let's see. Okay, so this is our home screen created by David. Nick wrote and accomplished. This is I think our website, we really want to emphasize having an exciting user experience with captivating graphics and having it look sleek and simple and popping colors, etc. And so, yeah, there's a lot of imagery and very kind of modern look to get people excited about pursuing goals and connecting with others with similar goals. We have our awards that we were given that are all true. And we have our nav bar here at the top, something simple and yet exciting. We have our sign up here. So we can create a username, user 3000, email at email.com. And then we wanted to connect users in a fun way. So we want users to create put their inspiration and also a fun fact. So that way when they meet someone with a similar goal, they can kind of see what their inspiration is and connect on a fun fact just to create a more interesting profile. So I would put, let's see, and friends is my inspiration. Fun fact, I can speak free. You can register. Welcome to Buddy app. This was all created by David as well. And then we bring you to the dashboard page. You have your instructions in the middle here where you choose your categories, you drag it to the commit box, and when you're ready, you can start your journey. So we have a drop down of our categories to think about what kind of goals you're going to work on. If they fall into these professional, school, a creative goal, a health related goal. Obviously there's a lot more than this. We want to simplify a little with the amount of time we had and just to get something on the demo. And then you click ready. And the point of this drag and drop is just to create an interesting user experience and to do something kind of refreshing. And so, you know, drag and dropping is kind of building the anticipation, and also just wanted to do something cool, you know, to practice some code. So you click ready. The goals that the categories you chose are displayed on the top. Each one has their own specific goals relating to those categories. Again, we know there can be an unlimited number of specific goals. Again, we're just simplifying the process. And from there, you can choose on which goals you want to make. And the idea would be from there, we have another new set of instructions. You select your goals. You can make a to-do list to track your progress, which I'll show in a second. And you will find a buddy and complete your goals, which is the heart of this website. That was kind of like Sierra's main idea. So we have Find a Buddy button where you can click on it. And there's a carousel function here where these are dummy users that would be users that also selected these goals, and you would be able to cycle through them, and you would see their inspiration, their fun fact, and their progress here. And then below here, you can make a to-do list. So it looks like I'm doing school stuff. So contact teacher, make study group, create weekly study time, and rest 8 hours. So these are all to-do lists related to the goals you selected. And the idea is you can check them off and it shows your progress. Again, another like exciting thing to get the motivator the user motivated to accomplish their goals. And this number, you would be able to see the other users' percentage here. And that's pretty much our website. And that's what its functionality up until now. So I will pass it on to our next slide.
So now that you've seen our demo, because we were going to film it and then actually play it in the middle of but we're going to talk about the challenges we faced. So communication-wise, it was tough. Both me and Sierra worked very hard at our jobs. We had a lot of hours that we had to work for, and working as a team, it was definitely tough because a lot of schedules conflicted. Now, the other problem we faced was merging. We did not merge correctly. We had something recently where I had merged the wrong branch into main, which caused my migrations inside of versions to actually conflict and actually delete. So we kind of had to just start from almost scratch, but we were able to save a little bit of it right before. Implementing outside resources was definitely tough because every computer is different, and managing back-end relationships. That was probably one of the toughest things. We didn't really know what we were doing back-end wise. We had focused a lot of our attention on front end for a good period of time. But we were able to figure it out, and honestly, it was nice to figure out. It was a good little reward. Alex, anything?
Apart from what you touched on, not too much else, but yeah, I would say, yeah, I think I would just add, you know, I think we learned about the importance of assigning roles, creating stories and very specific like jobs to do for each person. I think we took that a little lightheartedly in the beginning and kind of paid for it after, you know. Right. but yeah, and those relationships, man, yeah, for sure, those were challenging. So yeah, looking forward to the next project to hook it up.
Anyway, guys, the next features would just to be actually implementing users in order to actually make Buddy App what it is, and find users, connect with them. That was one thing we struggled with. We were trying to make the website functional as we were talking about the back-end relationship. There's the to-do list and implementing that into the user experience, making drag and drop more user-friendly, and anything else, Alex?
Yeah, I think, initially we imagine having much more of a social media kind of vibe, like some, being able to add friends and send messages. And, we're still trying to get our foundation with coding, and we know the complexity of sending up a message board. So like that would be a nice feature to add as we develop and get more time. And I think, the little progress bar that I love, on the left there, the 100%er, I think we would want to give other forms of that, not just one version of showing progress, have it be a little more personalizable. And I it's more smaller, but I envisioned we didn't quite have enough time, but to on the bottom right there where you have the 1, 2, and 3, I wanted to have it be where if you hover over number 1, it highlights my categories. So you're able to connect the 2 and 2. So you hover over number 1, choose your category, and then it will like shine my categories, etc. That's something because with the drag and drop, it's not like every user is going to get it right away. So I was looking for a lot of ways to make the user that they will understand how to, use the app. So yeah, I think definitely looking for ways to do that would be another feature. Yeah.
Yeah, there's several serious ways. There's room for growth in our entire project, and I think it could actually worth something maybe not so distant future. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and that was our project.
Great job.
Good job, guys. All groups today are getting super positive feedback in the comments. Great job, awesome job. Do you guys have any questions for this group? And I saw 2 comments about the UI for you guys too, that you had really good UI.
What made you guys, I have a question. What made you guys use that specific UI? Like, what was the thought about it? Like, how'd you guys make that decision? Like the styling and everything.
We just wanted it to be fun, creative and different, I guess I would say.
Yeah, it took on different forms throughout. We went through different color schemes, and I know we wanted a earth tone vibe, and that kind of evolved. So yeah, kind of what like Jonathan was saying about earlier about how they chose what features they wanted. Also, the UI, there's a lot of trial and error, and yeah, a lot of searching. Just like it was an interesting balance because I was excited to try cool things where you click on it and it goes woo, and there's some things you find that are just ridiculous. You click on it and it spins and pops and it's a firework and it's not even necessary. So it was fun balancing that out. But yeah, UI was great. It was fun making that.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, going forward, do you guys see this as kind of like a dream or a goal oriented kind of like a social network? Like after
Yes.
people have gotten in, and because you've got kind of the login and sign up process figured out, and you were talking about putting in message boards and stuff like that. Is that kind of the big dream goal?
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, you can't connect without that kind of social media experience. That would be kind of the highlight of the whole app in general. Just wanted it to be functional, show its critical, most key parts that it could actually really function as a website. In the future, we can implement that later.
Yeah, and I think that's the heart of it. It's as it's called Buddy app, it's about making a platform for people to connect that are trying to shoot for the same goals. And so I even envisioned like things like when you accomplish your goal, maybe something happens, you get some kind of star, or and you could create a group of friends, and you reach a plateau together, and now you're called this, you're the Avenger group now because you have kept this percentage, things like that for sure.
EPT. Okay, I think I know what they were trying to go for here. As you can see, this picture has 3 garage doors with the words love, hope, and vote. That's not what I saw when I first saw it. When I first saw it, I thought it said, go home home, EPT. Okay, I think I know what they were trying to go for here. As you can see, this picture has 3 garage doors with the words love, hope, and vote. That's not what I saw when I
Hey,
first
Christian, we can hear your computer, bud.
My bad. I accidentally unmuted while I was trying to send a message through Slack.
But that was kind of fun, though. Thank you.
Yeah, my bad.
Any other questions? All right, well, that concludes our final projects for tonight. So first and foremost, congratulations to cohort number 32. You guys did it. You made it to the end. You are now where you hoped you would be when you started the program. So you guys deserve to have a nice, relaxing weekend, have a drink, celebrate with your family. Don't code anything, take some time off. And then Monday starts your career boot camp. So Monday, you're right back to it. So Adele, she reaches out to you guys individually to coordinate sessions with you guys. She's going to help you get ready to start applying for jobs. We're going to get that done in the next 90 days. I know you will, because you guys all build awesome projects. So you're going to be great developers. And just a super big congratulations. And I hope you guys all enjoy your weekend and have a nice little celebration for your accomplishments.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Circbot
Yeah,
forever.
appreciate everyone's time.
Appreciated everyone's projects. They looked really good. And David and Alex, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Have a great night and a great weekend.